12 News Eye on Agriculture with Britton Rucker.
The next time you pass a farm, you may see a tractor without anyone behind the wheel. I'm Jamie Tucker coming up with autonomous farm equipment. You got to see this in action.
Plus, part 4 with Roger McGowan as we take a look back at the biggest cases of 2023 in the ag litigation world. And a Philadelphia jury has ordered Bayer to pay up. Just how much the company owes and why. Good evening and welcome into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. Farming is one of the hardest jobs in the country. During some months of the year, it requires working from before sunup to sundown. New technology aims to make the life of the farmer much easier by allowing them to control farm equipment with just their smartphone. Our consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker shows us how it's being done.
There are about 2 million farms across the country. They all use big equipment like this to till the land, plant the seeds, and of course do all the harvesting. Now, can you imagine doing all of that hard work from a smartphone?
This is a view from Austin, Texas. We are tilling ground without an operator in the cab and interacting with it here in CES in Vegas.
The tractor has cameras on all sides. One screen shows if it's staying in a straight line. Another watches for obstacles. And as the farmer watches, they can see the instrument panel and watch as it turns to till another row. The farmer can even drive the tractor back to the pumps for refueling, all from his or her smartphone. Deere says it isn't about cutting jobs, but because on large farms, everything happens at once.
You have to be running your combine harvesting the crop. You have to be unloading that crop into a tractor with a grain cart so that it can transport it to a semi-truck, and then you need an operator in the semi-truck that can transport it to your grain elevator to get stored and then eventually sold.
As that's happening, farmers need to retill the land for the next crop.
We think of our autonomy as more of filling that need of letting you have your experienced operators doing the more important work. That window, super tight, you don't have the time to mess around, especially if Mother Nature throws you curveballs.
And this isn't a concept. 7 states have farmers using autonomous John Deere products every day. And the company tells me their hope is that every piece of equipment that touches corn or soy can be fully autonomous within the next 6 years. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
John Deere has not said how much the autonomous tractors cost, but a spokesperson says it will be an add-on to its most expensive tractors, which cost around $700,000. The state agriculture department says it's accepting applications for its 2024 specialty crop grant. Now, the funds go to projects and organizations to enhance competitiveness against research and expand access to specialty crops. Kansas is expected to receive approximately $330,000 through the grant. Applications are due by 5 p.m. on March 15th. A Philadelphia jury has ordered Bayer, the company behind Roundup, to pay more than $2 billion to a Pennsylvania man who got cancer after using the product. Lawyers say John McKivison was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma after using Roundup for 20 years. Late last week, the jury found Monsanto was negligent, and that Monsanto failed to warn that Roundup is a defective cancer-causing product. One of the active ingredients in weed killer products like Roundup has been associated with respiratory effects such as irritation in the nose or asthma. Through the EPA and WHO, who are in disagreement on whether it causes cancer. Now, Bayer says they will appeal the verdict. A Missouri teen is safe after getting trapped in a grain bin earlier this week. The Clinton Fire Department says it happened around 9 a.m. as workers took wet grain out of a bin. As they worked to free some of the stuck wet grain, the teenager got stuck in the grain. He was buried up to his chest in corn, but fortunately, fire crews got him out. Fire crews advise workers to never go inside those bins.
We definitely recommend that people do not go into these bins because of situations like we've seen here today.
Clinton Fire says EMS took the teen to a hospital for evaluation, and fortunately, he is in good condition. Still ahead, a critical piece of legislation that makes sure food and farming is secure and affordable remains in limbo in Washington. Details later on Eye on Agriculture.